Hello everyone, this is Valderan and this is No Man's Sky. The Elkupalos galaxy is calling. That is where we are, and we have moved 100,000 light years into it. That's not much. And I'm still pursuing to try to get storage augmentation to my ships. I have managed to fill out my fighter, and I am working on my Sentinel interceptor at the moment, and I think that is getting close. So after that, I will have to take a decision which one will be the next one to go by. But let's see how it goes, where it goes, and for some reason, okay, it did not appear as stock as it did. But as always, when I just load into the game, there is a little bit of laggish behavior, which is not overly nice. But here we can see all my frigates around on the outside of my freighter, and sometimes you can get some situations, some positions where you actually have a brilliant view. Unfortunately, the view on the planet around here is, well, it's a paradise planet, but it doesn't really look paradisey. But so much about that. Let's go down and check all the things we need to check. I need to go up and grab my daily dose of stuff up here. I mean, it is the usual. It would be stupid not taking what is free. I guess. So we have some flowers here. And over here there is kind of a lot of green plants. Which you can actually pick them up for carbon, but to be honest, that's one thing I do not need to collect at this moment. Down the line, that might be something I need to do. So let's see what they bring back today. This is the exploration one. I can see that because both my organic frigates is on board here. And I do that to see if I can get some stuff for my living ship, but it doesn't seem like I can. I'm not very lucky with that. The next one is the trade one. That was a storage augmentation. I take that. That is perfect. Some stuff and some money, and yay, we are happy. 2 million is not bad. I don't know why I grabbed him. That was not my purpose. The industrial one. bit of different things as well. And 1.4 million on top. So I believe this is one of the balanced, the short one. And that was very short. Not much joy out of that, but the short ones rarely make or break anything. So I think this was balanced as well, yeah, a little bit longer. So kind of more of the same thing. A little bit of more coins, but not much either. So I have some of these here, which I really should remember to pick up. Do think I do, but wow. Did I actually? No, I didn't. So I'm just going to put this where it belongs. That is for selling. That is for selling. That is for selling. Straight goods. It's not easy to see that I'm actually holding things, but I am. But let that be our little secret. So, what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to the refiner, which is somewhere there. Because I have these, and I might as well make them into dihydrogen, because I use more of that than I use the gel packs. I don't really play with others online because you kind of risk mixing up a lot of things. So I have to decline on that. But are you a new player or an experienced player, or what level are you at? Okay, I would say if you have, well, I mean, if you're brand new to the game, or you played, you say you played a little, so that gives me an idea. It's more whether you have, if you had played since the start, for instance, then you're better than me. So that then I wouldn't be able to help you much. But the thing is, if you're relatively new and there's things you have issues with, or things you don't know, I might actually be able to help you a little bit, giving you some, yeah. But if you have things where you have questions or things you don't know how to do, feel free to ask, because myself or some of the others which are online sometimes are very experienced and can actually help out if there is things which someone gets stuck in. So feel free to ask questions, and I'm happy to give a then you're well started. I mean, the first 100 million is the hardest to earn, and after that it actually normally goes quite well. Okay, have you encountered the anomaly? Have you gotten that far? Okay. Then you're well started, because that's where you start. First of all, getting nanites, and you can buy a lot of stuff to your ship, your exosuit, your multi-tool, your exocraft. If you're gone to that, that's not everyone would start out with that, but you can get a lot of things, and that actually, you even have a fleet. So you have a freighter as well. That's good. And you send your frigate out, or with fleet do you mean you have multiple ships? Sorry if I'm asking stupid questions, but I'm trying to kind of find out how much you actually have around you. Okay. So what I would suggest is that you find out that's good. I don't even have that. I only have an A. I had for a very long time a C-class capital ship, and it did what I wanted it to do, so I actually didn't want to upgrade it, but I found this one, and I liked how it was actually laid out, so there was something to build on. But for me, the freighter has always just been a base in space, where I could come and go and stock up a lot of things I have collected all around me. You see, I'm a hoarder, so I collect a lot of things I actually probably don't need. But that's we all play in huh? Okay, we actually had a discussion. Yeah, that's that's a good way when you start. It's not where the most money lays. I can actually show you something. If you start producing luxury, right, then you can end up producing these stasis devices, and they sell for 15 million a piece. So that's where you can get most money out of, and some of them on the way there also give quite nice money. Yeah, if you go to the anomaly, and just after the multi-tool guide there is a terminal. There you can get things like these you can produce, but there is a second page which shows these different ones, and most of them, they are started out with plant parts and stuff like that, so it's very cheap to actually produce them, and you can earn shitloads of money that way. Let me just go into the anomaly, then I can show you. So I just go and take my ship and then go out and coal it. That's not my ship. Well, that's my ship. So you go into the anomaly normally. And you go up where you buy upgrades to all your stuff. So over here you see the multi-tool, and this terminal is called Synthesis Laboratory. When you open that, you can get all these useful things you can produce, even warp cells and warp hypercore, which is quite good. But if you change to the other one, it's valuable products. And those that is out here is immensely expensive. So if you actually start producing them, and you can see it tells the part to get there, to make stasis devices, you need quantum processors, cryogenic chambers, and unedited. Unedited you actually can make yourself as well from some of these. So then you can start producing these very expensive things, and when you do, you actually earn shitloads of money. They are in general called luxury products, but valuable or luxury is kind of the same thing. So you buy these for nanites, the recipe or the blueprint, and then you can actually produce them yourself. You need to start from up, and then you go down and produce them. Yeah. Well, nanites comes in many shapes and forms. First of all, whenever you go to a planet and scan something, everything you scan gives you let me tell you the long story a little bit shorter, but everything you scan actually gives you nanites, right? So you get coins for scanning and you get nanites. But the nanites, you have to get them out here. The more you discover, the more nanites you get, right? That's quite simple. But on the other hand, there's another in here. There is actually this guy here, Helios. He asks you for something you have scanned, and if you have a lot you have scanned, he actually gives you shitloads of nanites. He wants flora for me. It'll probably be the same for you, because it changes every day. So what I scanned yesterday gave me 800, so that's not too bad. And when you're new to the game, this guy over here, he asks you for milestones. I don't have any because I have done pretty much everything in the game. So I don't have any, so I don't get, but if you have milestones, he gives you, I think it's 50 for each. The third one, this guy, if you have food stuff, I don't think I have any, so but if you go and let him try your food stuff, if you have made some, he will then give you some nanites, but it's not a lot. So that's where you can actually get nanites. Another thing is you can get it from, you can sell your modules you don't use. Well, the more you play, the more nanites you get, I would say, because that's how it works. But there are things, when you refine them, they give nanites. Are you aware of that? You know, runaway mode, when you refine that turns into nanites. But other things, I don't have any of them. But other things does as well. So if you come along a lot of, can I see them here? Yes, I can. things like Pugnium, when you fight with the sentinels, if you put that in your refiner, it will actually turn into nanites. 25 Pugnium is 1 nanite, so that's another thing. And a lot of things actually can refine into nanites. One thing which most actually haven't noticed is a possibility is this one, which is the new one from the corrupted sentinels. You can pick this up on planets. It turns into Pugnium, and then you can make nanites out of the Pugnium. So there is a lot of ways actually to make extra if you want to. And then there's of course the more expensive way of doing it. I'm not going to do it because I have other plans for it, but I can show you anyway. You know, lava core. If you refine that, each of them give you 50 nanites. However, be aware you spend nearly 70,000 units for 50 nanites. So if you are in need of money, that's not what you want to do. But if you have enough money, 200 million sounds okay. So that might be something you are more in need of nanites than coins. So, and yeah, that's a little bit about getting nanites. I hope that helps you a little bit. The hypnotic eye, I believe, do the same, but they are a little bit harder to get at, so that's okay. I'm here for quite an amount of hours, so feel free to pop back. The thing is, I have no problem giving a helping hand if something is unclear, or to help people on their right way, because it's more fun to play when you actually at least have an idea on what you're doing. I remember when I started playing, it was rough because I had no clue. I managed to die a lot in the beginning when I started. That is no secret. I even still do it because I'm distracted. So I'm actually going back to my ship because what I haven't done yet, which I always do in the start is to take a farming run, because I have bases around with I'm growing different things on, so I normally start up taking a run around them, and after that going out and play. The normal gameplay, of course. So yeah, this is my first base I made when I started this save, and for some reason, well, it wasn't my first, but it was the first real one. So all these plants can turn. Yeah, let's wait with that. Can turn into those valuable items. So that's actually the reason why I'm pretty much farming them. It is actually so I can get that extra lump of money. Not that I really need it, but it was more like a kind of an experiment, if I could, more than if I should. There's lately been a lot of discussions, myself included, whether, well, it all came out, someone had posted a YouTube video where saying that most people play No Man's Sky wrong because it's not about making money. And that kind of got me a little bit up in the red, because first of all, no one should tell anyone how to play their game. So if I solely want to make money, I surely should be allowed to do that in my game. It's not about, because it wouldn't ruin the game for anyone else, whatever I do. And I mean, as a guy on YouTube, he pretty much sit and look at the sky on different planets and have fun with that. So if that's what you want to do, that's what you do. Yeah, welcome back. I am just doing my daily oh dear. I have a problem here. Well, you're absolutely right, Jenny. I mean, we've been sitting talking about how to do things easier and better ways, and talking about that. That's absolutely fine. I have always emphasized that there is, how can you say, a hard way and there is an easy way. And it's all about that for me. I rather want to do it the easy way if I can, but I know that I don't always do it the easy way, because we are very good at when we start playing and you find out, I do it this way, it works. So you stick with that way, and that's absolutely fine. But then sometimes someone shows you another way, and you're sitting there, wow, I wish I had known that since I started. and that part I find absolutely fine, but starting telling people they play the game wrong, I got a little bit of a how dare you moment, because whether I do it right or wrong, it's my choice, so to speak. Oh, you're well equipped. So you how have you gotten all that so quick if you only have played a little bit? That you see, that's what happened when you are way too much focused on making money, because I have been much in the wrong direction. Okay. So you're sitting a lot of hours every day playing, or I guess you. I mean, everything is possible as long as you focus on it. So. I must admit, exocraft is not really a thing I have done a lot in, because I normally don't stay that long on a planet, but it's my itchy feet which brings me on all the time. But I mean, it's all about what makes the game fun for you as a player. That's been my approach all along, and I'm very adamant on that part, because I have played games through time where you played with other people, and it was suddenly not funny anymore, because you had to do things a very specific way, and an armadillo. I only have a flying mount. Oops. I don't want to be out in that cold.
Storm clearing.
Yeah, there's oh, everyone can get one. You just have to tame a flying thing which is big enough to carry you. It's actually not so difficult to get. I was impressed. Someone had found it looked like a T-Rex, and tamed it and was riding around on it. That I have seen T-Rex-like animals, but they didn't look right. By the way, you know you can expand how many pets you can have. That also costs nanites, and you can do that on your freighter at the console. I believe. Yeah, that's how you get a flying mount. It's a little bit tricky to do it, because I don't play on multiplayer, so I kind of don't really want to set that up and change it around. It's not to be difficult, but I will kind of say that if we are going to do that, we have to set up a day where we can do it. Now, one of the things is that you kind of risk people coming onto the stream and start messing up things, and I don't really want to do that. So, whoops. I still haven't learned to control it when I'm flying around with it. But we did talk about at some point on Sundays, maybe meet up in the anomaly and kind of play a little bit together, do some of the Nexus missions or something like that. Probably the wrong planet to do it on, but never mind. So this was where I ended yesterday. I was in a situation yesterday where I actually was close to run out of space on my spaceship because I had so much trade goods. So I need to make sure that I actually sell stuff. But I only sell stuff so I earn money, not giving away things. You do know how to get slots on your exosuit and stuff, don't you? Whenever I start a new save, the first thing I do is always to go to this guy and get the slot I can buy on each space station I come to. So I try to fill up as quick as I can. Another important thing to do is make sure you install the meta bean on your freighter, because then you can always move things over to the main space. I know that's that's always the tricky part. Well, that's where I use my freighter mostly for storage. Whenever I can just place it there until, and then later on in the day I clean it up, because you know what you are going to use, you don't know what you're going to save, and that's it's all about that. So I mainly use my Starship for trading, and all that crap I have is things which can be sold. So, and yeah, a lot of it ends up on the freighter, but at least there you have as well all the storage boxes if you put them on, and I do that. But you're absolutely right. It's not everything which is easy to get, and it is, I would say, sometimes a struggle actually to get enough of things. So, and this game is a very good example of such law, because whenever you need something, you don't find it. Or it's very hard to find. When you don't need it, you find loads of it. That is what I call such law. Or in some places in the world they call it Murphy's Law. Well, being creative is not a bad thing. It's all about getting out of the game what you actually would like to get out of it, and no matter what you actually go for, the only one you have to actually make happy is you. So that's why I think you can do whatever you feel like. And the thing is, sometimes you've been grinding for a long time for something specific. You might have been looking for a specific ship, or been chasing something, and then you might want to do something else, and that could be sitting, making a base at on a nice planet with a view over the ocean, or whatever you like. Or a little mountain hut on a rocky one, on a mountain planet. All options is open, and the only thing I find a little bit sad is that we can't do anything about our ships. I would like to actually maybe put decals on or something and put our own colors on them, but that is still far away. But it would be nice if I could paint my ship pink or whatever color I would like. A-class. So you always get a lot of modules which is ABC, which I really don't use them, so I always sell them for the nanites, and at least that's one way of going with them. There is other tricks you can do. For instance, if you take any module and install it, let's see, this is a movement module. I have absolutely no use for a C1 of them. However, I put it on, it will tell me it's overloaded because you can only have a specific number. You can have 3, number 4 will overload it. So, but okay, it is not better than what I have, so I can move it and then I can sell it for 19 nanites. That's not really a good business. But what you can do is you can actually dismantle them and then you get the materials it was made of. So the better it is, the more you get. But I get a wiring loom, which is can be quite expensive to buy. And I got a nanotube. Not that I really need that, but that might be handy. But you get things which out of them, which is worth more than the 19 nanites, I would say. You say you teleport to different galaxies. I think you're wrong there. I think you teleport to different systems. Galaxies is something a little bit more big, and you can only teleport to places you have been before. Just saying. There's a lot of systems in each galaxy. According to the numbers which was released when the game was released, there is at least 256 systems in each galaxy. And there's 256 galaxies. The only thing of that which I know is correct is the galaxy number. Because the systems, someone has tried to simply go from system to system, and there was way more than 256, I can say. There's people who had gone to the asteroid belts and jumped out and jumping around. Some of the asteroids you could actually land on. I never tried it, but there's always been a lot of funny things people try. The same as those who build their bases up very, very high up in the atmosphere and actually end up going out in outer space. That's one thing I never really seen the fascination with, but again, if that makes people happy, and I do think that is okay. Where are you on it? Oh yeah, that you have to find people. Do you have a which one is it? Economy scanner on your spaceship? Yeah, then scan for trade station. Can I? No, I have to go to space to do that. I found that it's the easiest way to do it. Go out and see if I can go there. Scan for trade outpost with your, and when you do, you find a trading post. Go to it and talk to everyone there. That should get you up. Well, it has to be in the system where you were sitting with the mission, I believe. So you go to the trade station, land there, and there will be some people, and then talk to them. Then you should quickly get it up. There is nothing really I can use here. Oh my god. I'm living in a small village in the countryside, and I'm used to see a tractor or two coming through. There's just a humongous combined harvester driving past the house. That is a little bit more rare. So I already took that up, so I'm actually going to go to the trading post myself. I often do that if I don't get any missions I can use, then at least I get something out of the system. I am sometimes playing very quickly through them, and I have this annoying ability when I'm going after something, I keep doing it. It is actually sometimes a bad ability to have, because you forget everything else around you. So, radioactive, so I need to make sure I am protected against that as much as I can be. This would be a nice planet if it was not radioactive.
Received. Product received. Product received. Product received. Units received. Units received.
Well, let me know if that helped you getting the better percentage, but if I remember right, that actually helped me quite a lot, so... So one thing I do a lot is actually always picking up boxes when I come across them, because they give me a lot of those lower ranging resources, which I then don't have to grind to get. Especially they do give me sodium, they give me carbon, they give me a trip up the stairs, that was not what I wanted. Oxygen, whatever is, sometimes it's not a lot, but if you do it every time you come across boxes, believe me, it will start stacking up. And it is kind of more interesting to play when you don't have to run around and get everything all the time. Are you doing as I showed you? You need to go to, you need to be in space before you can use it. So okay. Such low again. Never mind. That's good. I hope it helps you. On a mission to try to get to the point where I can't earn any more money. First of all, I want to see where it actually stops. And that's just my curiosity. But I kind of want to be able to say to myself, oh, that's very good. See, sometimes it's good to ask for advice, and sometimes it helps. I will say, in general, if you ask me something I have no clue about, I will tell you. I'm not trying to wing it and send people out on a suicide mission, but because I would hate that myself.
Units received.
So rather be honest and say, no, I don't know that.
Units received.
But the thing is, very often someone else on which has been sitting in the background know things, and then suddenly pops in and says, well, you can do this and that. Well, I would say I always found that going to the trading post in the system helped me, so because you're not the only one would struggle with that. It's a little bit funny. I'm still talking to people I meet. I say people, aliens, because I want to collect all the words. And every time I thought, now I'm getting close, I'm closer, I'm almost there, then I realized, no, I was not. So I just keep on going. Sometimes turn into keep on swimming. So one thing I would advise, make sure you do some missions and get up with the 3 guilds in standing, because when you start getting gifts from them, they are quite useful. Sometimes they give a good lump of nanites as well. So it's fighting time. Located the planet I need. I'm in a battle. And I don't want... I really don't want to shoot when they are on the ships. If you shoot the freighter, even by mistake, you get the sentinels on you and you don't get your reward for helping them. And, I do want to have my reward. Simple today.
Alert. Navigational data received.
Something. I'm very good at getting stuck on objects. So a little trick, if you want to see what the ship is, scan and see, it will tell you. So I know right now I'm just going to take the reward. I was anyway, but that gives me a slot for my own freighter, nanites, and some gold. The reward is always the same kind of things, but the amount you get is different, so it's always good. Free stuff. Oh, I need there. I had these. I would say the gold is not necessary for sale, but it could be. I have so much, so it's not everything I sell. Fillerbock. That sounds... I'm not quite sure what that sounds like. B-class, it got those teeth-like thingies on. I know a lot of people actually like them. So it's a Viking system. There is 2 nanite extractors. It's not a lot you get, but every little counts up. Sold. So much for getting a freaking A module. Oh well. That was a very boring room. And there is device there. I could go to it and I could try to open it, but as I have been through that part of the game, it actually don't do anything. So it's just a waste for me. And there's one thing I find a little bit is a shame that it doesn't kind of put in new storylines or something. It could be very cool if there was something, get information of things you could find or something like that. It doesn't have to be a lot. So one thing I actually need to do is to keep my refiner running, because that helps me so I don't have to do it in the end of the session. Yeah, it cost me some carbon, but that's another thing I have plenty of, so... But I used to in the earlier days to do those things whenever I ended my gameplay, and then I would be sitting afterwards and do those kind of things, and that was actually not the best thing. See, there is a mission which needs you to collect something, so I'm actually checking if I have it in stock already, but it doesn't look like I do. But I will say that kind of missions I normally don't take, because it can take forever to actually find that thing they need. If I have them, yeah, then it's fine. But I don't have it, so no. That's not going to happen. I don't know if it tells you where to actually pick. No. It's not going to tell you where to pick it up, so then you can start jumping around to systems and find out which one sells that. And I'm not very good at that part. I already have a mission, so I'll go and do that. They want me to take a picture of a marsh world, so I'll have to go and find that. Oh, there's only 5 planets here. That's an icy one, so that is probably not the one. There is one behind. That's probably the one we need. Yeah, you are very welcome. It's not a frost. Murky planet that could theoretically be marshy. Behind is freezing. Let's try to land here and see if that's the one. You too, and enjoy your lunch. So it was the target planet that is kind of good. Not too warm. That's good. Weather is liquid hell. Okay, that sounds interesting. Can I just take the picture? Yep, good. I like to get that done as quickly as possible. If there really is liquid hell, then it's all about being able to get away as quick as possible if needed. But to be honest, I would like to scan some animals to get some coinage from that. But so that's the liquid hell, I assume. What I am going to do is I am going to just take a quick 2 minutes bathroom break. I will be quickly back, so stay with me. So, back again. So, the weather is not very nice on this planet when it gets that hot, but it looks nice. So, at least we done the mission, and those kind of missions where you have to take pictures of a planet can be horrible sometimes. Because you can be in a system with a lot of planets and none of them is called what the mission tells you to do. So you have to land on each of the planets, and then it will tell you that that's the planet you need, or it won't. So Okay, we try again. I really shouldn't click stupidly. Did I ever go in here? I can't remember. And when I can't remember, I go in and see if I get a possibility to click on it. So I will actually go back where I came from because I don't think I was actually fully done there, and there was a black hole and all that, so at least take that and get a little bit closer to the center of the galaxy. I would say this Elkupalos galaxy has not been the worst one I've been into, but it's not been the best either, so I'm just checking how far away I am. 585,000 light years, so 579 I would guess. Light years. Oh. So I actually look like I'm further away from the core, but I am closer, 580, so I said 579, so yeah, roughly 6,000. Which is the standard for a black hole. And it brings me back to the discussion we often had. If you really want to go quickly through a galaxy, you can only do it if you use portals, not black holes. You will need to jump around 100 black holes to get to the core. And that's actually a lot. Reminds me. Always monitoring whether I have things I need to refine, because I tend to forget it. That's a quirky gun, A-class, so multi-tool, sorry. It's not a gun, it's a multi-tool. gave him 100 units and he gave me 98 nanites. I guess that's a good exchange rate.
Units received.
I will guess that 100 units I will quickly earn.
Units received.
Actually, I got rid of a couple of
Product received. Product received.
things, so that's not too bad.
Product received.
That's always, it's good to be able to trade a little bit here and there. My problem yesterday was that I kept running into systems that didn't want to buy what I had, and I probably should have done a little bit more homework and gone for systems where I know it would have sold, but I don't really do that. I take it on coincidence, because I am actually not a designated trader. I just do it to kind of fill up the coffers. Which I guess is actually a good thing. Well, for me it's a good thing, but for other people it might be wasteful. They would rather go and get as much coinage they can from their merchandise. I do understand that. Weirdly enough, I do, but it's not a method I use because, as I said, I'm actually not so much into the trading, so it has to take over that way. So I could do that one, and that one in one go. It would have been great if it was rewards that I actually could use, but well, that's another first world problem because it's wrong. Where was this one I needed? It is it is the further you get in the game, the less you actually need, and it is actually kind of a luxury problem for me, what I'm going for, because if you actually look, I have loads of slots in my ship, and I don't really actually need it, but I do like to fill them out, so. Oh yeah, it's a planet with aggressive sentinels. Why not? So. That can be fun. So, I'm trying to look around to see if I can see something which looks like a building site. Might not be. Oh yeah, I will have to take a stroll in a hot
Technology recharge. Technology
environment.
recharge.
Yeah, well,
Technology recharge.
I shouldn't moan, should I?
Extreme sentinel dead.
Yep, I am aware.
Extreme sentinel dead.
I am very aware. And that is why. That is loads of gravitino balls here, and that is kind of why there is aggressive sentinels. So at least we found the abandoned building which will host the monstrosities. These all can become nanites, among other things, but it can also gives nanites, so it's always worth to abandoned buildings always hold something inside. It might not be the most exciting things, but well, sometimes it is. That's it. So I go to the roof. Yeah, I need to make sure I have enough for all of them, so. Well, I don't like these, and I don't mind killing them. I don't always like killing normal animals because they are... I know it's a game, and that's... So... that one was done. That one was done. That one was done. So... we have actually done all 3 missions. That's good. Just getting a little bit of coins from scanning. So, where was my ship? It was that way. That looks like a predator, but it's not. So I have to be careful. As soon as sentinels arise, I will have to run one way or another. Oh. Stay on the screen. I know that I know that I could call my ship and all that, but I rather want to go back to it, because if I encounter sentinels, then I can try to shake them off. Because if I'm fighting them and jump on my ship, well, then I will have to fight the flying ones, which is not a problem, but well, actually doesn't really matter. It's rubbish what I just said there. It doesn't matter whatsoever. I would say, in principle, you need to have an escape route if everything else fails. I'm actually strong enough to fight them, so I shouldn't really be a chicken on that. Sometimes the old me kicks in and better not get into trouble and all that, but to be honest, I actually can fend for myself, so 4 million for that. That is a frigate upgrade which you can use for one mission. I don't know if they are worth any use, but and fusion accelerant. So got a little bit of coinage in value at least out of them, so that's not too bad. I'm actually quite happy with that. Oh, nice fighter. A1. I like the layout of this one. I have a couple of fighters already, so I'm not going to buy, but I always been fascinated of these long-nosed ones. And it is quite a nice ship, 13 million, so well, that is not something I'm going to pursue, but and I would say if I wanted it, I would have bought it. I would not have exchanged it. Especially not when the one I have is worth more than the one to exchange, because you lose the surplus, so that's just how it is. So now I'm suddenly going the other way because of that black hole. What's that black hole? Is it that? Oh, it's that one. It's an outlaw system. I don't mind that. They can actually sometimes, you can make a lot of money selling your trade goods to them. That of course depends on the system, but yeah, don't shoot the black hole. I got the wrong mouse key. I am really finding aggressive sentinels today. Luckily I haven't been on more than the last planet where I was actually down there, but I have seen them around. So one thing I use the outlaw stations to is actually I buy contraband, because it is kind of the investment in my retirement, so to speak. I know that I will end up at the monetary limit. It's said that you can maximum have 4 billion. I don't know if it's 4 billion exactly, or it's more or less than that. So I'm going to go as far as I can and see where we stop. But I will still have valuables, so even though I might not what was I saying? Well, I might not have overly much out of it going to the limit, but that's one thing we have to see how it comes to.
Product received.
So these
Product received.
I actually buy and put on my freighter, because that is not getting into trouble with the authorities, i.e. the sentinels, ships around systems. So I can see at least 12 million I can sell for, so that is going to be good money. And there might actually be more.
Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received.
I have to be very careful I don't sell something I don't want to sell. That was a good lump of coinage. One thing I have noticed, the outlaw systems has a very high amount of solar ships, so if you really are looking for a solar ship, it might pay off going to an outlaw station and look for them. So there's none of this I really want to do. I don't want to raid a capital ship. I don't want to fight with the traders. I have done it a couple of times, but it's not nice. But of course, if the reward is something you can use or you want to have, then I'll go for it. So, I need the black hole, it's there. before we go that far. 579. Black holing. That was not a lot. Didn't move too far from where I actually was, and that makes sense. 573, so yeah, roughly 6,000 again. So I think we can conclude that the black holes give you roughly 6,000 light years towards the core. Or the center, whatever you use, the old money or the new money. The worst part is boat is actually described in words when you get around. It says boat core and center, so I do believe when I started playing it was only it was always talked about the core, but if I'm wrong, then please correct me. Another A class. Class, not class. So, Joaquin.
Product received. Product received.
Was not interesting selling wise, but can't always get what you want and the best and all that, and that would be very, very boring if that was the case. Just got everything handed to you without having to do anything to do it, I would be bored like hell. I saw someone play a game where the only challenge there was to stay alive, and the longer time you stayed alive, you got items. Don't get me wrong, I mean, staying alive can be a rough one in certain games, no doubt about that, but it seems to be the sole purpose, and must admit that made me a little bit meh. I know my son at some point played a game which was kind of a modern side-scrolling game. I think it was on the on iOS, and it was these patterns. So he actually learned how to run in these patterns, so he could avoid what would have killed him. And because he has a very logic mind, he kind of quickly saw that, and the game seemed very easy then. I know I should not attempt that, because it wouldn't be easy for me, because I will have to find the pattern myself. That might have been quite difficult. But we are all different in those. Oh dear. I took a wrong word. That's not the first time. And probably won't be the last either. I'm very good to put my foot in it. That's something I have practiced a lot in my past. So there's one reward I do want. So I'm going to piss off sentinels at least. $500,000 in gift, that's not bad. Oh, sorry, I just need something to drink. I'm so lucky I have something nearby so I can just grab a can. So we are going to raid a planetary depot. That's another mission which is actually quite good. Paradise planet. Now you attack the depot, and whatever resources there is in it, you actually get to keep. So that's not bad. See, this is a feature I love with these Sentinel interceptors. You can stop hoovering and actually look around and see if you can see anything which looks like what you're looking for. Actually, I think it's there. So I might be wrong. I might be very wrong. That is just a rock. So I am wrong. Okay. It's a paradise planet, so I will land and take a walk. Weather infinite toxic mist. On a what? On a I am a little bit should not be on a paradise planet, but I think certain things has changed lately.
Toxins detected.
Those plants are really annoying. Thank you for following. And welcome to and feel free to use the chat as well. I am very willing helping if there is things which is unclear or needed a little bit of hints and tips and tricks. If I can, I will say that. If I don't know the things, I will try to be very honest about it, because I don't know anything worse myself than people sending me out on a wild goose chase for something which is actually is going to kill me in no time. So but the thing is, if I don't know it, there might be others online which actually fucking hell. Go away. I learned the trick. Don't try to pick up the canisters, shoot them instead. someone just landed in a Toyota Camry. Always be careful with... Shit, I'm killing myself here. So, I actually don't need to fight them anymore, so let's just get away. Oh. So, they were very aggressive from the beginning there. That threw me off a little bit, but there we go. Weird wildlife there is on this planet. Oh. It's all good fun until someone dies. But luckily, if it's me dying, I only have myself to blame for it. But weirdly enough, I actually find it funny sometimes to try to push your limits a little bit further than you normally would do, because that's actually where games sometimes become